Hey guys, Senior Thesis Bart back for round 3, this time iZombie Season 2, Episode 1 premiere. Now, I'm gonna have to say this is probably my favorite episode of the week, or of the week I've seen so far, just because it made me laugh the most. I was talking back to my computer. I couldn't watch it live because I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. live, and that's probably gonna be the case. But like the characters, like the developments, and it'll be fun to see where this goes. So, quick recap for the end of iZombie Season 1. Blaine, the main antagonist, who is a zombie like Liv, was turned back into a human by the antidote, and to save Major, Liv's ex fiance's life, who became the most awesome zombie hunter I watch on TV because I don't watch The Walking Dead. I know, it's a tragedy. But she turned him into a zombie, and then he kind of had a freak out, and then he turned her. She cured him with the last of the cure, and then her Liv's little brother got caught in an explosion, and her mom's like, "Oh, you have the same blood type. Donate your blood. You could save his life." And she refuses because she doesn't want to turn him into a zombie, and it would be a risk on her own life, and that's where it ended. So we pick up a few months later. Liv's brother and mother are livid. Sorry, bad pun intended, but they're really mad. They don't want to see her, and it's really depressing her. Major's kind of doing his own thing, needs some space, and so she's really alone with only Ravi. I think Ravi is the name. Her kind of boss, and Clive is her only human contacts in the sense her roommate moved out. It was interesting to see, and since Ravi is the only one who knows, then they kind of he's her lifeline in a way. One of the mice that they got the cure from actually is afraid of Liv, and that comes back later when you discover everyone who has a cure kind of becomes gets their a zombie version of a spider sense. I'm just gonna call it the zombie sense, and so they can tell when a zombie's around. And that plays a big part for setting up for what's gonna happen later this season. Actually, what's happening later in the episode, so that's great. Again, this was procedural, so a person dies, Liv consumes the brains. This time, as spaghetti and meatballs, so no more weird stuff. I think the actor can now eat normal food. Um, but it was cool to see her be. This person was a crotchety old, slightly racist man, and it was kind of fun to see the actress play that and see Liv kind of embody that. And so I was amused by it, and it was an overall very funny episode. Still dark, still kind of grim because of all the ramifications. They don't get solved immediately, but it was still a really great episode. And in the end, basically, all the, yeah, I think I said it just a couple minutes ago. Sorry, so all the people who get the antidote become zombie detectors, and you have the new big bad who is the head of an energy drink company called Max Rage, or something along those lines. His name might be Max Rage or something like that. I forget right now. But he's kind of the head. He played one of a cult priest on Helix, Sci-Fi's Helix season 2, if you ever watched that. So he's a really charismatic kind of eerie leader, and his assistant is actually Liv's new roommate or apartment mate. Roommate. I'm just gonna call it roommate. So that was kind of stalker creepy. So he has their house bugged, and he can listen to her, and then he in the end recruits Major to kind of go after all the zombies. So as a hitman, or not a hitman, but just kind of a zombie hunter. And it's really cool to see Major because he's this character you like and you root for and you love. He's going down such a dark path, and you can't help but sympathize because nothing in his life has turned out well since since Liv broke off their engagement for his own sake. But just nothing has turned out well for him, and he's just going down this dark path. And I'm very amused about where it could lead. Very excited about that. Overall, I like this episode the best out of the Tuesday show, so I'll give it about 8.6. 8.6 sounds about right. But it was good. It was humorous. I would check it out if you haven't. It's on the CWs at 8, so if you're not an Agents of Shield fan, sorry about that. Then just definitely stick around after the Flash and watch iZombie. It's great. It might be a little bit of a rough adjustment, but it's definitely a good take on the zombie apocalypse. Uh, there's really not a lot happening this episode, just dealing with the fallout, again, as most of this season 2 premieres have been. dealing with the fallout of what happened last season. So no pure resolution, but definitely a lot of palate cleansing and setting up. And that's really it for this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the socials, and Senior Thesis Bart signing off.